What's going on, guys? Today we've got the awesome Realme 7 Pros in. I've been looking forward to having these for a while now. You know, there's been rumors about them coming out, when they're going to come out, and finally we've got some Realme 7 Pros with us. So we've got here the mirror silver and mirror blue colorway, and we've also got the 128GB variant. So, you know, a lot of RAM, good amount of storage, which I believe is expandable, but we'll go over that in the video. What we're going to do first quickly is just go around the outside of the box and show you what the box looks like. This is obviously typical Realme. It looks fairly similar to everything you've seen before. I'm going to chuck this one to the side for now and just go over this one box. So on the front, you've obviously got that Realme 7 Pro branding here. As you move around the outside, you've got Realme 7 Pro on the side here. On the top, you've got the Realme logo. On the bottom, you've got a little QR code. And then on the back of the device here, you've got a little bit of information. You've got the fact that it has a 65-watt super dart charge, a Snapdragon 720G processor, 6.4-inch AMOLED full-screen display, and a Sony 64-megapixel quad rear camera. Those are clearly very impressive specs, and for £279 as RRP, that's pretty incredible if you ask me. I'm not even sure how they managed to put even just those four components inside this device for under £279. I have no idea, and you're going to be more blown away when you hear about some of the more incredible specs on this Realme 7 Pro. Moving on, you can see it has Android with easy access to the Google apps you want most. Again, as I've said in previous videos, this comes across a little bit of a dig towards, you know, HMS and them not being able to access Google apps. However, you know, Realme UI runs on Android 10 and you have access to all your Google apps, so you don't have to worry about that. You've got 8 gigs of RAM in this variant with 128 gig of storage. You've got dual SIM clearly because it's got two IMEIs here, and that's about it. Obviously, as I said, this is the mirror blue one I've got in my hand here, and you know, I'm going to grab the mirror silver one now and we'll open both of them and put them side by side so you can have a quick look at what they look like on the outside. Still in their protected film, so I'm going to quickly open that up now and show you the phones themselves. Now, I'm quite excited. I haven't actually seen one of these phones in person yet, so this is my first time seeing one as well. So, you know, there's a lot to look forward to. I've seen some pictures online and it looks like a pretty awesome looking phone. But, you know, I guess we're about to find out. Here we go. Open the boxes up. And there you have it. You've got that "Hey, welcome to the Realme family." You know, typical usually has that, and the Realme branding there. On the back, you've obviously got that "Let's embrace a new journey." You have that with practically every Realme phone. And here are the devices themselves. Now, there is a little tab on the bottom here that you can pull them out with, so I'll pull these out really quick. And then we'll just put the boxes to the side for now because I want to have a look at the actual phones themselves. They come in this little film here that you can see. It shows you a little bit of information such as the under-display fingerprint location there, and you know, the fact it has micro SD storage with a dual SIM card on the back here. We'll slide it out of this little protective film here, and here we have it. On my left-hand side here, we've got the mirror silver variant, and on my right-hand side, we've got the mirror blue variant. Now, these colors are absolutely stunning, as you'll see. Very impressive colors, very standout, and I love that bit of Realme branding that you get on the bottom left. I really like it when Realme chuck their logo on this. It's not too in your face, but you can tell it's definitely there, and I really like that, and I really like the way it's heading. Now, one of the big criticism of previous Realme models, such as the X50, was the fact that the back of the phone, without a case, was an absolute fingerprint magnet, and although it looked stunning, it was often ruined by the amount of fingerprints you chucked on it. So, to counteract that, Realme this time have got this sort of technology that doesn't manage to pick up fingerprints at all, while still keeping that incredible Realme signature look, and you'll be able to see it on here. You can see slight fingerprint marks, but it's nothing like the X50 or previous Realme models. Practically doesn't pick them up at all, and it feels a lot steadier in your hand. This new technology makes it a lot more grippy. Now, I'm going to chuck the mirror blue variant to the side for now and just focus on the mirror silver. Both phones are exactly the same, but we might as well go over the specs by using one phone rather than both. This is the phone itself. Obviously, you've seen the outside now. I will continue moving through the box contents really quick, and then we'll jump back into the phone. So obviously, inside that first layer, you've got this pouch here that I was talking about earlier, and inside that, you get your protective film case, which is clear, your quick start guide, and your warranty card. That's all inside this little pouch. Then you've got this little divider, and if you lift that up, underneath that, you've got this absolute beast of a charger, and it is super heavy. This super dart charger is an incredible 65-watt charger, and that means that you can charge up to 50% of your phone in 12 minutes or up to 100% in 34 minutes. Now that is practically unheard of for a phone of this price. You know, you're going to get an incredible charger that can charge your phone super quick. Now you don't even need to worry about plugging it in at night before you go to sleep, because you can wake up in the morning and plug that in and it'll be 100% before you even leave the front door. Continuing through the box, you've obviously got your USB Type-C charger here, and then you've got your SIM card tray ejector tool. And that's it for the box. There are no headphones in Realme devices. The assumption is basically the majority of people have moved over to Bluetooth headsets, and that's something we see fairly typically within Android devices nowadays. So the launch day for this Realme 7 Pro is around the 14th of October, so not too far off, and I'm pretty excited to see that, as I'm looking forward to everyone's opinions on the Realme 7 Pro. And I mean, practically, I'm basically just looking forward to people saying, how did they manage to make such an incredible phone for so cheap? Because that is essentially what this phone is. So I'm going to turn this phone really quick on, and while it powers on, I'll let you know a few of the best specs about this. So on this Realme device, you've got a incredible 64 megapixel rear camera, and that is a quad camera setup. The selfie camera on the Realme 7 Pro is a very impressive 32 megapixel selfie camera. You've got a very impressive Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G processor packed inside this Realme 7 Pro device. You've got an impressive 8 gig of RAM and 128 gigabytes of ROM. Now that memory is expandable with that micro SD card, so you can get even more storage space. You've got a fairly impressive 4,500 mAh battery, and as I said, you've got that 65-watt supercharging, which is super quick. And what you will notice as one of the key features, and I left this one till the phone was fully set up, is that incredible display. This is obviously an AMOLED display on this Realme 7 Pro, so it looks absolutely stunning. As Realme call it, it's their signature Super AMOLED display. Now this phone is obviously a similar price to the previous X50 model. However, there are clearly some standout features of this device, such as the Super AMOLED display, whereas people didn't really like the display on the X50 as a main criticism. However, you know, it did the job, and it was, again, a massively over-spec'd phone for the price. The X50 was an incredible phone, and somehow they've managed to improve on that phone and still keep it at a very low price. Now this video is basically just an unboxing showing you about the Realme 7 Pro and some of the most impressive features that I've found out about it so far. Basically covered a few of the specs and some of the more impressive specs on the device itself. We're not going to go into great depth in this video. However, what I will say is, from a first viewpoint, this phone is incredible, and I'm really looking forward to using this phone this week and coming back to you guys in a week's time and telling you how I feel about it. So yeah, so far, straight out of the box, the Realme 7 Pro seems pretty groundbreaking and pretty impressive. I'm sure it's going to really start to stir up some of the market here and, you know, maybe boot some phones into gear, and we can hopefully see a little bit of competition in there, because Realme seem to be blasting down the prices while increasing specs every single time. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing where this will go. I'll let you guys know in a week how I feel about this phone. I'm sure I'm going to be impressed, and so far I'm absolutely blown away with the specs of this phone for the price. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Make sure you stay tuned for our week later, where we'll do a camera test, a gaming test, and an Antutu benchmark test for you. So if you want to see that, make sure you stay tuned, stay subscribed, and we'll update that link in the description when we upload it in 1 week's time. Thank you guys very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.